He was the king of rock and roll. He was the first superstar of rock and roll. Okay, there were other stars of rock and roll, but he was one of the first rock stars. He was Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley. Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about Elvis Presley. So why don't we just get started? So we all know who Elvis Presley is. He's that rich guy and the star and the king of rock and roll. But he wasn't always rich. In fact, he was born poor. He was born on January 8th of 1935 in Tupelo, Mississippi. His mother didn't even know that he was going to be born. He had a twin who died at new birth, and then he came along. So he probably didn't know what his twin would have been like, and wondered all his life what would have been like to live with a brother. His brother's name was Jesse Cameron, and Elvis, well, he was named Elvis Aaron. And it wasn't always easy. I mean, it was the Great Depression back then when Elvis was born. So his dad got jobs, but usually lost some of them, but then gained them back, and lost and gained, and lost and gained, lost and gained. Usually getting the same job back again. Yeah, all that. So complicated. Eventually, he was able to keep a job just long enough to buy a house, and he was able to just keep it to maintain it. And the place where they moved to was Memphis to get a whole new start. And they got the whole new start. In 1953, Elvis paid $3.98 to record an album song called My Happiness with Sun Studios. And Sun Studios are still active today for all of the things it's done. And it isn't a very big recording company, but it was the start of Elvis's career. In 1955, RCA Records bought Elvis's contract from Sam Phillips, the guy who ran Sun Studios back then, and $40,000 with a plus of $5,000 as a bonus. In 1956, he records "Love Me Tender," and then eventually he buys Graceland, which would become his family's mansion, but shortly later his mother died. So he was drafted into the army, and he was allowed to come back for a few times. Eventually, he was known as the king of rock and roll. And all I'm just going to say about that is, yeah, he deserves the title. King of rock and roll. My best. Okay, not my best. Okay, good. The king of rock and roll. Yep, and that's it. Everything about this is about the fact that it's just how Elvis made it all the way here. I mean, eventually he does get married, but then divorced. And on 1977 of June 16th, Elvis plays his last concert. With a return in Las Vegas, and eventually dies in the following year of August 16th. It turns out that he did start taking drugs a lot, but we don't really know if that was the cause of his death. He just said that, "I'm going to the bathroom to read." And his girlfriend found him dead in the bathroom. with no one asked her if there was a book in his hand or if there was a book lying around in the bathroom, which Elvis would have probably read. And people started saying, Elvis isn't dead, because they can't believe he was dead. And there's even an official Elvis Presley sighting. But Elvis Presley is dead and is buried in the Graceland Cemetery of his own home, Graceland. So Elvis is gone. Some people may not believe it, but they'll just have to accept the fact that he is gone. Elvis did change music a lot. Rock and roll. He sort of made rock and roll popular with teenagers, and accidentally made them rebel against their parents about what music they love and like. And it just turns out that Elvis really is the right man for the job. Even adults these days love rock and roll. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys did enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next episode. Shnan out. Peace. Like, shared, ring bell, subscribed.